If we lose the equality of men and women, society falls apart. But if we lose our differences as men and women, both men and women suffer. Boys and girls get totally lost and confused, and that's where we're at. So I'm giving this talk today for 4 reasons. First of all, to tell people clearly, from God's perspective, who made us, what a real man is, and how to start living like one. Secondly, to identify where we failed, or been failed by another man, because that will help us heal if we've been victims, but also find forgiveness if we screwed up, and we've all fallen short, guys. Third of all, I want to help women know what to look for in a man, or to encourage in the man they already have. And then fourth, I want to help anyone bringing up young men, including single mums, to give them a vision of true manliness. First of all, men lead. It's that God has woven male leadership into creation. And if men lead well, especially in the family and church family, that brings something unique that women can't bring. But if men lead badly or cruelly, that has a particular impact too. It's uniquely devastating. If men lead decisively, that has a particular impact on society. But if men go missing or just sit back, that has an impact too. It leaves a unique hole that women can't quite fill. Men, the question isn't, do I really have a leadership role? That's unavoidable. The question is, how are you going to lead? Look at Jesus. Did he dominate his followers, lord it over them? No, Jesus served them. Did he avoid responsibility, check out? No, Jesus dealt with stuff that wasn't even his. He died for your sins and mine. You see, any issues you've had from fathers, husbands, brothers, male bosses, male friends, the problem wasn't with male leadership itself. The problem was either with domination or neglect. Real men lead by putting their own interests last. So much is at stake here, guys. Lead by serving and don't go missing. Secondly, men have authority. In Titus chapter 2, written to young men, Paul says, "In your teaching, show integrity, dignity, and sound speech that can't be criticised." What you say, guys, has authority. In fact, your tongue is your strongest muscle. So watch your language. Don't call women birds. I'm seeing a new bird now. And harsh words have authority too. Ephesians 6 says this: "Fathers, don't use harsh words." It then says, "Male bosses and teachers, don't be harsh." Coming from a man, it has particular weight. But so does encouragement. And people need praise. So they're going to get it from someone. If you praise your family and friends for doing what's right, they won't need praise elsewhere for doing wrong. What gets praised gets repeated. And not praising can be as loud as criticism sometimes. So open your mouth. Encourage. Deep down, people are actually desperate for the truth. So brothers, bring it back. You don't need a university degree, you need a Bible. We have authority, guys. And if we're not spreading truth, we're helping spread lies. Thirdly, men are role models. Don't let them look down on you because you are young, but set an example to the believer in speech, conduct, love, faith, and purity. Man, you're being watched by someone, and they're learning. What are they seeing in you? We were created to be led. That's men as much as women. It's unavoidable. You've been led by a dad, an older brother, the big personality among the lads, a celebrity, a movie character. They've all formed you. We need real men as role models around our kids, in every sports team, around every pool table. It's not about being self-righteous. Okay, when me and Russ hang out with our mates, boxing, footy, gym, whatever, we're not proud, we're not boring, we just don't swear. We don't undermine women, we're not racist, we don't laugh at crude jokes, we're not holding back being religious, it's just not as fun for us as perhaps it once was, or we used to think. And men should be fun, right? Jesus was fun. Why do you think all the kids flocked around him? Live every day like someone's watching. because they are. Fourthly, men achieve. Okay, women achieve too, loads. But there's something about how men were made and how sin affects us that means we strive to accomplish things. Okay, so we experience failure more than women. Do you know that feeling of not measuring up? It's a generalization, but sometimes that's okay. In Genesis 3, men turned away from God to pave their own way in life, build their own empires, to be self-made men. And this was the curse. All the days of your life, you will struggle to scratch a living. By the sweat of your brow, you will provide what you need. Then go forward to John chapter 12, and Jesus said this: they loved the praises of men rather than the approval of God. It's a curse. It's this never-ending ladder of success and security, with failure constantly snapping at our heels. Perhaps you feel it. Here's manly success for you. First of all, build for others. Okay? Serve your customers. Raise up your employees. Be generous with your income. Be useful. Even if you can't work right now, volunteer. Do it unofficially. Help a neighbour. Secondly, build with humility. We need humble men, not empire builders. Get proud or possessive and you'll tumble. Thirdly, build with faith. Don't be reckless, but don't let life pass you by, guys. Pray. Men of faith have achieved amazing things. Is this what you want me to do? Is this how you want me to do it? 5. Men are honest. I know too many guys looking over their shoulders, dodging their mail, drinking to get to sleep. Okay, I know guys cutting corners in their taxes, benefits, business deals, because they think the outcome justifies it. They'll say something like this: isn't it better for my kids to have the money rather than the government? Or, I just want my loved ones to have what I didn't have. Guys, your loved ones need an honest dad more than the next PlayStation. When I came to faith, I was 25. All sorts of mischief, some of it continued. But I wrote a cheque to HMRC for money they didn't even know I owed them. But it was worth every penny for my peace of mind and my peace with God. We all want to go from A to B quicker, but stick to what he says. Titus 2 again. Live an upright, godly life, one of integrity. Whatever your dreams, God gets out the car at 70. In other words, God doesn't protect you, honour you, or reward you if you're finding your own way to your own destination. We need real men who trust that God will get them exactly where they need to be and their families by going at God's speed on God's route. Number 6, men face opposition. As soon as you do anything worthwhile, men, opposition will appear. It's just a fact. It's the devil pulling the strings. He doesn't want you to succeed. He doesn't want good stuff to happen in your families, your workplaces, in your friendship groups. So don't be surprised by people bad-mouthing you, putting you down, or letting you down. And more importantly, don't get distracted by it. Proverbs 4:25 is a good one. It says this: let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. You're gonna get opposition anyway. You've got a choice though. Let it sap your energy, waste your time, or excuse yourself for giving up. Or you can use it as confirmation you're on the right track. Everything worthwhile is worth a fight and will require a fight. And I know some of us are finding stuff really, really hard in our relationships, in our finances. God knows and he loves you, and he will fight for you if you let him pick your battles. Lastly, men are strong. Back to 1 Timothy 4, it says this: train yourself to be godly. Physical training has some value, but training in godliness is much better and has benefits in this life and the life to come. Physical training has some value, that's all. Titus 2 says that godliness is self-control. That's strength. So whether it's porn, okay, fighting, excess, vanity, okay, jumping from one broken relationship to the next, it's not being picked up by society anymore. It's become normal. It's fine. It's not. So be self-controlled. If you're dating, take the lead. Be a man. Don't go as fast as the woman allows you to. Be honourable. You can find out everything you need to know about a future wife outside the bedroom. And if you're dating without marriage in mind, why? Just to pass the time, to make you feel better, for all the fun of breaking up, getting back together, breaking up again, on, off, until you're both a wreck. That's not fun. If you're in a feud, be the bigger man. Strength isn't knocking them out in one punch. There's a lot of that around. We don't need 18-stone kids. Control your tantrums and clear the air. Be the first to do it. That's the bigger man. If substances are a problem, okay, don't hide behind mental health labels forever. They can be helpful to a point, but they can get in the way of what's possible. I was a slave to cocaine, vodka, and panic attacks by 25, but I let Jesus in. So come and chat to us. It's not easy, but it's possible with God if you really want to get well. It's all about Jesus. It always is. Jesus is the real man. And Revelation 5 shows us clearly what that is. It says he's the Lion of Judah, the warrior come to save his people. Yet he's the slain Lamb who conquers through peace and love. He's the Lion and the Lamb. We need this. The two worst things for a man to be called is either a proper lad or perhaps even worse, nice. Don't be nice. That's beige. That's cowardice. It's not actually masculine. Be kind, not nice. Brave, not reckless. Fierce, not violent though. Radical, not risky. Strong, but not dominating. Confident, but not arrogant. Resilient, but not stubborn. Be good, but not passive. The lion in us leads, but the lamb in us serves. The lion is tough, the lamb is tender. The lion fights, but the lamb sacrifices. The lion is king, but the lamb is humble.